Suddenly I felt like I actually had tools and I had people that I could reach out to in those moments, such that every time it came up, it didn't have to feel apocalyptic. While you might not ever be able to change that first thought and what runs through your head in that moment, you do have power over the second and third.
I keep wanting to pretend like I don't have BRCA and I want to be normal, but there is no normal. I mean, Sutton spent her teenage years sleeping in a van. I think I just need to face this and stop feeling sorry for myself.
I think all throughout my life I had had that tape playing, and it was just sort of this really uncomfortable thing in the back of my mind, but I didn't really do anything about it. Professors and parents and parents' friends telling me, oh, you have so much potential, you could be so great. I never believed it within myself, and I was never able to finish a project, finish a paper, get through anything. I would have really severe struggles where I felt like I couldn't even get out of bed. It started to show itself in a lot of really difficult ways. Eating disorder and just generally having such anxiety and fear around, if it's not going to be perfect, it's not going to be good enough, there's kind of no point of doing it. Whether or not I actually was, I felt very alone during that time. There was a therapist that spoke to me that told me, you'll never be able to change your first thought, but you have the opportunity to change the second and third. And so I said to myself, how can I bring this back with me wherever I go? I got to start the Turn It Around project in my junior year of college, and something shifted within me where suddenly I felt like I actually had tools. Together, through a group session, we come up with whatever that corresponding positive thought or action is that they can take in that moment when that thought does come up. So we then take those thoughts and make them shorter sentences and physically write them both on their backs and their fronts and photograph them physically turning it around. Like, if it can seem as simple as this one sentence or this one action that I can take, perhaps it's manageable. I think it's really unfortunate that we have to have people that are no longer here be the mouthpieces for mental health. And what I think our goal and our mission is to help people before it gets to that point. And destigmatize it through social media and through this avenue where people do often really compare themselves. So to be scrolling through your feed, and yes, on the one hand, you're seeing an Instagram model and you're comparing yourself, but then if the next photo is a powerful image like this, and you're able to say, oh, right, life isn't entirely about looking like that model, it can create a new narrative. The most impactful one recently that we did was for International Women's Day, was within the law school community and the legal community at large, feeling that there's only room for one successful woman at the top. A la Hillary, the corresponding positive thought was that we're stronger together. Watching the light go on in someone else's eyes when they get to see someone that, perhaps they've been in a class with and that they've really admired, and they get to watch as they share this really intimate and difficult part of their lives, it's a really indescribable experience.